Alright. Hey, what's up guys? Chills here. Welcome back to Fate Grand Order. So yeah, Little Harlot, I guess is starting next week, hopefully. Probably. They'll probably start it right after the interlude campaign. But yeah, so we're changing gears to start Olympus. And man, I totally could have finished. I totally could have finished Olympus if I'd started it when I wanted to. But everyone was like, "No, it's good. Little Harlot will start on the 10th, 11th, technically, because maintenance period." And I was like, "Okay, I'll put Olympus off till after Little Harlot." And then what do you know? I would have had plenty of time. Well. It is what it is. 'Tis all in the past. But yeah, anyway. Hey Merit, I gave you 6, say Gogeta. But yeah, anyway. Hey Arnold. But yeah, so we're gonna get into Olympus. We left off in Atlantis, having broken into Olympus. Muramasa is supposedly there waiting for us. He was like being he impressed Hephaestus, who's now on the Olympians' side, which is concerning. Again, like I said at the end of Atlantis, I don't know if I want to see a Hephaestus blessed Muramasa. That sounds scary. You know, I don't feel too confident about that. But hey, at the very least, you know, Musashi and maybe some others, if they're still alive, are waiting for us in Olympus to meet up with us, so that's good, right? You know, it could be worse. But yeah, so I don't know, I guess without further ado, we'll just hop right in. If anything though, I'll say what I was gonna say after this. People have always turned their gaze skyward. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. In ancient times, they saw gods dwelling in the heavens. For many long years, the sky was a sacred domain that remained ever beyond reach. But then at one point, I used to finish VLR because, yeah, that's true. But, yeah. It would have been nice to have Olympus done. But it really doesn't ultimately matter. But the only thing that kind of sucks about it is, since I'm sort of starting it now before Little Harlot, I'll end up having to take a break from Olympus when Little Harlot starts, which is what I wanted to avoid by taking that break initially when we thought it was gonna start. Yeah, so it's just fine. But then at one point we broke out into the stars. Yeah, proper human history began to see untold possibility in the vast space beyond the sky. From then on, it was no longer a mystery to be feared, but a riddle to be solved. That's right, we'll use every tool we can, our minds especially, to discover what makes you tick. We will never stop again, not until we have claimed the heavens for ourselves. We will turn our gaze skyward, and one day, we will bring down the gods. See, whenever there's a scene like that at the start of a new Lost, I mean, technically we're in the same Lost Belt, but you know what I mean. That's usually from the perspective of the cryptor we're going up against. So I want is Wodheim trying to bring back an Age of Gods to defeat the gods? Assuming that was Wodheim, that seems almost counterintuitive, but I don't know. Beyond the Great Pit. Yeah, not quite what I imagined Olympus would be like, but you know, an impossibly enormous structure floats on the other side of the vast ocean. The texture that covers the planet's surface. As seen from the main monitor of the storm border currently soaring through the air. The structure appears to be a place inhabited by thousands, if not millions of people. So a lot of cannon fodder for us to fight through, huh? Is that the city?
Senpai, look up in the sky.
What? What's in the sky? What? Just talking about this? Like I thought we already saw that. Atop the sprawling city sits another enormous structure. Now the crystalline. Above that, great mountains of translucent crystal. Above that, great mountains of translucent crystal loom even higher. And there, beyond the crystalline peaks. Kind of reminds me of Rongominiad coming down, almost. From Camelot, remember? That's like the spiraling of it. Really reminds me of that. Lies the very thing they've been searching for. The roots of cosmic fantasy stretching out into space. That's bloomed. Is bloomed even the right word? Tree of emptiness?
The Tree of Emptiness. That's the Tree of Emptiness we saw from Atlantis.
Except it's like... That's not the only thing that surprised me. Oh?
I never would have dreamed that there could be such a massive hollow space underneath the Great Pit.
Yeah, no, Again, I was expecting... I mean, obviously we found out it was in a pit, you know, like 7 or 8 sections before the end of Atlantis or whatever, but... I was still really hoping we'd go up into, like, an actual, like, floating on the clouds or whatever, like, city. Like, obviously, you know, actual Greek mythology, it's a mountain, but, you know, that probably wouldn't have worked here. But, I don't know. I can't, I'm not sure if I'm disappointed or intrigued in how they decided to go with it.
It doesn't look subterranean either. It's more like an entirely different world.
This is the true surface of the Earth. Well, it no doubt would appear to be the bowels of the Earth from up on Atlantis. It is, in fact, the true face of this Atlantic lost belt. Atlantis itself is a mere camouflage. In proper human history's Greek mythology, the Age of Man was ushered in through 2 great wars, known as Markia. What's going on in this lost belt? How is it able to control this space to such a degree? How is it able to advance this far? It appears to operate in the same manner as the Chinese lost belt, in that it fully embraces its tree of emptiness, but the manner in which it does so is wholly opposite the Chinese lost belts. While the Chinese lost belt hid its tree of emptiness completely, here it has been allowed to flourish to the greatest possible extent. At least that's what it looks like. That part down by the base must be the city.
Yeah, it looks just like something you'd see in a science fiction novel. It's easily as impressive as the pictures of proper human history's skyscrapers Shion showed me. I can't tell what the exact dimensions of the city are just from looking at it, but it's safe to say there are at least 10 million people living there, minimum.
And we're about to wipe them all out.
10 million people.
So this is where our attack on the Atlantic Lost Belt really begins.
Indeed. It would seem we truly have a work cut out for us. That, of course, is as true here, in this fifth of the Seven Hills, as it ever was. And as Da Vinci said before, we cannot blind ourselves to the cost of our actions, not even for a moment. That being said, how one reacts to such a cost depends entirely on the individual. And I, for one, am delighted by how you have all held on to your humanity in the face of such adversity. Computer room here. Sorry to interrupt, but I just finished scanning our vicinity.
Okay, what's up?
And just like I expected, the atmosphere here is just chock full of magical energy. So this is the Age of Gods. The magical energy density is at least on par with our records of the 7th singularity, if not higher.
Are you serious? But the 7th singularity is, okay, that's something else there. Was in Mesopotamia, during proper human history's Age of Gods. And you're telling me this place exceeds its magical energy density?
Something just forced its way into our comms line. It's not from the Wandering Sea, this is...
Look up ahead. The signal's coming from that colossal structure.
Is what I'm gonna be like, so you got past Odysseus, huh? Fear us.
Zeus?
Praise us. For you gaze upon mighty Olympus. In the name of this lost belt I rule, given in honor of our great ark that has crossed the ocean of space. Now prostrate yourselves and weep before me. For this grand throne of the gods is not meant for the eyes of such insignificant specks as you. What's going on? This voice is so heavy. Zeus!
This pressure's immense, and he's not even here in person. It's as powerful as a spell designed to attack the mind. Da Vinci, quick! Raise our bounded field's output before something happens to Ritsuka or Mounier.
What about the other, like, 5 human engineers? Or, you know, general staff that are there. Nobody remembers about them.
Got it. Now then.
Maybe Mounier is the only one that works in the main operation room, so he's the only one that gets thought about.
Between this immense pressure and this manner of speech, it looks like they're rolling out the biggest of guns.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, this must be...
Oh yeah. It's the big man himself. My name is Zeus. Zeus, the king of the gods. I rule over this ancient ocean. I rule this grand interstellar city. I rule over all. I am king of the Atlantic Lost Belt.
Yeah... Well, may as well give up now. Is it Zeus?
I was going to say one of the 12 Olympians, but no matter.
This is unfortunately the worst of the possible scenarios I predicted. Of all the gods to come out and greet us.
So that's the Zeus of this lost belt. I already had a good idea of this thanks to the Poseidon we saw in Atlantis, but...
Indeed. This king of the gods may be very different from the one in proper human history, but deep down they are fundamentally the same. The supreme being of Greek mythology, the winner of both Machia Wars, and the one who rules over the 12 Olympians.
So quick, distract him with a woman. It doesn't even have to be human. Didn't he fuck a sheep once? Well, that might work too. Foe? No, I couldn't possibly throw foe to the god.
Not merely a divine spirit, but a genuine god who once existed right here on Earth. His deep ties to both the concrete and abstract planes mean that he is one of the phenomena shaping the very world itself.
Are the foes male? Well, I'm sure Zeus has probably dabbled. You never know. I wouldn't be surprised.
One of the phenomena shaping the very world itself. To put it another way, the king of the gods of myth is, in their very real sense, the closest thing there is to a ruler of the entire planet.
Then, does that mean he's like Scotty in the Scandinavian Lost Belt?
Or Arjuna in the Indian Lost Belt?
Unfortunately, no.
The combat data we collected from Artemis and Poseidon alone speaks volumes, and he rules over them. So,
we were able to weaken Arjuna's divinity by attacking the faith he engendered.
But we definitely won't be able to do the same with these gods. Their existence is fundamentally different. Their godly functionality is a core part of their being.
Just look at the Theoscleronomia if you need proof.
Their functionality is what makes them gods. Nothing can be done to alter that.
And Zeus is the one who stands above all the others.
Yeah, proper reactions. Going blue in the face, purple in the face.
So, what are you trying to say? That Zeus is more powerful than any other foe we faced to date?
Yeah.
That can't possibly be true.
Don't you remember how tough Arjuna was? Oh, yeah, we do.
He was a monster who'd absorbed every god in India.
How could anything entire orders of magnitude more powerful than him even exist? Well, I don't know.
If, like Artemis and Poseidon, Zeus has continuously ruled over this planet since ancient times without changing his very nature, then he is, without a doubt, in a league of his own. For you see, the ancient dramatist Aeschylus once described Zeus as the omnipotent and omniscient god of justice.
An omnipotent king of the gods.
Fo. Omnipotent
isn't all-powerful.
Oh, come now. How can he possibly be omnipotent? Zeus is strong, yes, but he's known for being sneaky and lecherous.
He used to take any old animal or person he came across and toss them up into the sky as constellations. I thought he was. I didn't think he was gonna go the constellation route. I thought he was gonna go the banging route.
He also
wields thunderbolts said to be capable of incinerating the entire universe. Foe.
Is that true, Captain? Come on, give it to us straight.
You're half god on Poseidon's side, right? Just what the hell are the Olympic gods? I don't think you want to know.
Are they just like the myths say, or are they something entirely different? Because if Zeus really does have the authority to destroy the whole universe.
I don't know, okay? I mean, I can say that my father wasn't a machine. But if this lost belt
Developed along an entirely different timeline than the one we know, then it wouldn't surprise me if Zeus turned out to be a machine god, just like that Poseidon was. Yeah. If these gods are the embodiment of this planet's concrete and abstract, and possess the same abilities, properties, and authority as described in the mythology, and if on top of that they also possess powerful mechanical bodies, then I suppose maybe those machines were always their true bodies, even in proper human history? Yeah, but how would they have had children with people in proper human history if they always had machine bodies? Plus, we've seen Artemis, so like that doesn't really make sense. But I guess to be fair, that's Artemis's divine spirit possessing or taking over Orion's spirit origin. But no, we also saw in that flashback him and Artemis holding hands. It's like, yeah, they have to have been fleshy in proper human history, right? It wouldn't make sense otherwise. I don't know, it still doesn't... I mean, to be fair, I guess if they are gods, they can create... I don't know, just... doesn't seem right. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, if that's the case, that would mean this lost belt is... Huh. Captain? Oh, right. Anyway, if he is omnipotent, and he seems to be, then he's the strongest being in Olympus. So it's safe to assume he has authority powerful and all-encompassing enough to merit leading the other 12 Olympians. I don't know exactly what he's like here, but in the Age of Gods I know, he was definitely the top dog. So if at all possible, I'd really rather not face him head on. Yeah, no, me neither. Exactly. He is not someone we want to go head to head with. It'd be one thing if there was a way to snuff out all of his demiurge class divinity, like we did in Scandinavia and India. But when it's an honest-to-goodness, genuine god we're talking about, that's just not gonna work. Fo-fo! Fo? Are we being, like, tractor beamed?
Well, what was that? Some kind of turbulence?
I think we're being tractor beamed. Now fall! Maybe he was just charging up an attack.
Insignificant ones.
That was unnecessary.
Ugh.
All hands, brace for impact.
Thunder bring your ear to...
Thunderbolts. No, these are great these are great thunderbolts. These magical energy levels are bonkers. Every single bolt is ginormous. Wait, you're kidding me? They're all as strong as Artemis's cannon?
Oh, come the hell on. I've heard of power creep, but this is nuts. And Meunier, do whatever you must to make sure those things don't hit us.
We only just got this new ship.
Wait. Checking whole readings now. I was right, they're all missing us. But how?
Captain? Looks like our emergency scattering worked, Da Vinci. Huh?
Hell yeah, it did. Well, LB, excellent work, Captain. Technical advisor. You're both far more useful than Aqua Pazza there. So what was that gizmo just now anyway? Some sort of secret defensive system you put together when I wasn't looking.
Yep, pretty much. It's basically a kind of spirit origin chaff grenade that uses extremely high performance dummy spirit origins to throw off enemy attacks. Okay. I only just finished putting it together before we went down to Great Pit. It's the Stormborder's latest defense. I might not have been able to finish it in time for our showdown with Artemis, but it's designed to even defend against attacks from orbit. And as you just saw, it works brilliantly. None of that lightning is hitting us directly.
Whoa.
You're the best, Da Vinci. Thumbs up.
You know it.
That's right. Wahahaha! Our Stormborder is amazing. This is just the kind of dream ship I would have imagined Captain Nemo and the Atlas Institute could come up with if they worked together. Not even Zeus's thunderbolts can touch us. You see that, Zeus? This is what proper human history... hang on. This is what proper human history's Mages Association can do when we set our minds to it. Now, all that being said, would you mind if I brought up a different issue?
Yeah?
I know we're managing to fight a brilliant mid-air battle at the moment, but technically, this ship is still falling, right?
Heh.
Why are you laughing?
I knew it!
Of course we're technically falling. I'm doing my damnedest to slow our fall
With the propulsion system and inertia controls, but I can't change the fact that this is a boat. Yeah.
Of course it's not gonna work right anywhere that's not on the sea, underwater, or void space.
Fair enough.
Ritsuga, MASH. Get to your seats and don't move a muscle, and keep an eye on the monitors. Look for any body of water we could use for an emergency landing. Sea, lake, pond, anything.
Aye, Captain, Commander, sir. Yes, sir. Ayo.
Dodging Zeus's thunderbolts wouldn't do us much good if we just end up being dashed to pieces on the ground. We need to keep the Stormborder and myself safe at any cost.
Yeah, you had to throw in yourself, huh?
True. Every aspect of this new border is undoubtedly at the cutting edge of proper human history's technology. However, with the supreme being of a mythological system so advanced they've had futuristic technology like nanomachines for thousands of years really misses for a strike.
Yeah. Does seem strange.
Then again, what if?
I mean, didn't they say something about Zeus, like, being unwell?
Captain, Da Vinci, open the engine up full throttle. It's not safe to be up in the air like this. Nearby body of water or not, we need to land while the chaff is still working. There. Target spotted 4,000 meters below. We can use the trees in that forest to cushion our descent. Set inertia control to 7 o'clock. Point the bow downward. Unfurl the zero sail by 80%. You got it. I'll handle the controls. All you Marines get your posts now. Aye aye, ma'am. We'll blast our way out of here like a giant marlin.
Okay. Sure. Works for me. That sounds good, Marines.
Once we're 1,000 keep scattering the spirit origin chaff as we descend. Once we're 1,000 meters from the target landing point, pitch the bow up. All hands, brace for impact. It's gonna be a bumpy landing.
This G-force is intense. It feels like my guts about to come clean off.
That might be a good thing.
Why are we going down this fast, Captain?
I thought the spirit origin shaft was keeping us safe. An elementary deduction, Gordolf. True, the Stoneboard is new weaponry is a force to be reckoned with. However, take a look at the gale of thunderbolts and consider this. What if Zeus is still holding back? And this is just what he considers warning shots.
Yeah.
Warning shots? Then you mean he still has yet to actually attack us? Then we're all as good as dead.
They might call me Phoenix, but that doesn't mean I can fly out of here. Yeah, true.
Come on, everyone, hurry. We need to get out of this airspace as soon as possible.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Damn, it's no use. I can't dodge every bolt. We're going to take a direct hit. Migné, take the helm. Huh? Me? Senpai!
Brace yourselves, everyone.
No! He speared us while our death was near. Oh. There we go. That looks Olympus-y. Olympus-y. The day to bring down gods.
Oh yeah. Let's do it. Bring me a god. Let me at him.
Oh. Like, this is a cool image, but as far as like maps that we go across, I can already tell I'm not gonna like it very much. Cool image, not a good map, is my initial reaction to this.
Interstellar mountainous city Olympus.
Apparently, it's gonna be an animated movie adaptation. Oh, good for Jorge and the cast. Ah, they deserve it.
Shit. How am I supposed to emergency land a freaking battleship when I've never done it before? And why am I the one taking the helm? What the hell are you doing, Captain? Grah! All hands, make sure you're strapped in tight.
Strap in, strap on, and hold on for dear life.
Hey, we stopped. I'm alive, I think. Mister, you alright?
Sure am. All thanks to my seatbelt. Nah, I'm fine. What about you, Mash?
I'm alright. I remained on standby in a half-sitting posture,
So I could be ready for a worst-case scenario, and I guess it worked.
Good. It looks like we stuck the emergency landing. Next, shut down magical energy reactors 1 through 3. And hurry. If Zeus notices the magical energy, he'll come after us.
Already done? Captain, would you mind taking care of the ship's camouflage? Don't worry, I'm on it. In fact, I'm already done. Since I disguised the ship right before we landed, the enemy shouldn't have seen where we wound up. Hurry up with the cloaking. They may not be able to see us, but they could still detect our magical energy. Aye, sir.
I love all jokes of how it will completely outperform Christopher Nolan's upcoming Odyssey movie.
Yeah. No.
I feel like some people are being a bit harsh on the Odyssey movie before it's even out. Like people were ripping into them about the one quote and then the trailer recently about I think it was like, nothing can stand between me and home, not even the gods or something. And it was like, people were like, oh yes, you should never fought gods during the Odyssey, which is true, but that's not, yeah, I don't know. But I think people were being taking it too literally. Like, I don't know. And then just a bunch of other things. It's just, I will say I wish Nolan would branch out on the actors he worked with. Like, it's always the same kind of group. But I don't know. I'm choosing to be optimistic about it.
Alright. Alright. Now that things have settled down, let's assess our current situation. After Zeus attacked the storm border, we made an emergency landing near Olympus's western perimeter. By deploying optical camouflage around the ship, we were able to evade visual detection during the landing.
I don't really follow you, so I don't know. I just like the jokes and everything. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah.
We shut down the border's motive power, namely the magical reactors, and surrounded the entire hull with a concealing bounded field to prevent an enemy from detecting its magical energy. This should mean we successfully landed the ship in Olympus, with the enemy none the wiser as to our location. At least theoretically. First off, great work everyone. You should all be proud that we made it out of that without having to resort to a dangerous zero sail. After all, in the worst case, a zero sail taken without the necessary precautions could wipe us all out. Yeah, you know, I almost had to do that once, or sort of did that once already at during start of Atlantis. So yeah, you know, wouldn't want to tempt fate again. Really, the few times we've managed to pull one off so far were basically miracles. Ooh. Anyway, the important thing is I'm glad we're all okay.
It just goes to show what an excellent machine the Stormborder truly is. It can evade an omnipotent god's thunderbolts. It can dive into void space. If we brought it back to proper human history, it would be the greatest technological revolution of all time.
That'll never happen. This ship couldn't exist in a world where humanity was flourishing like it's supposed to. It's only in this completely bleached world that my Nautilus Noble Phantasm, Shion's pseudo-spiritron armor, aka the Hermes skin, Hephaestus' nanomachines, and Chaldea's engineering could all come together like this. The only reason the Storm Border exists at all is to defeat the foreign god. It won't have a purpose beyond that.
Oh, I see. I suppose that's true, isn't it?
That doesn't change the fact it's still a great, dependable ship.
Indeed, you're spot on there. I'm glad to see you understand, Ritsuka. At any rate, we can't let everything we did in Atlantis be for nothing. And we certainly wouldn't be able to look the Atlanteans in the eye if we got ourselves shot down before we even landed the ship. If we got ourselves shot down, we'll need to be ready to use all available resources. Have you finished replenishing your command spells? All the precious backup command spells we saved up in case we needed them for a huge battle. And we're just going to use them up like it's nothing.
I can't believe I was actually able to replenish all 3 command spells.
Well, I did say they were precious. We can't exactly buy more refills from the command spell store. We were only able to scrape these together in time by running the Wandering Sea's magical reactors at full blast. Pooling my technical and administrative advisor's expertise, and having Shion pull a few all-nighters. Only time and luck will tell if we're ever able to make any more.
I see. So we really were fortunate to be able to use them now. Yeah. Yes, I suppose. At any rate, now that things have come to this, we'll have to use every resource at our disposal. After all, we still have a crucial mission we need to carry out.
Ah, right. We absolutely must cut down the tree of emptiness here in Olympus.
Tell me, technical advisor, how safe do you think we are right now?
Good question. From the scans of the surrounding area, I'd say we look...
Oh? Okay. So there's some greenery.
I'm guessing this area we're in now is the outskirts of Olympus. There are almost no buildings here. There's no sign of any natives, and I don't see a single soldier or defensive weapon anywhere. We can thank Mounier for his choice of landing spot, since he was the one handling the controls on short notice.
I agree. I would have landed the ship myself, but I had my hands full
Coordinating with the Nemo series.
Great job, Mounier. When we have a chance
Later, I'll give you a proper lesson on how to steer the ship.
Well, hey, haha, what can I say?
It was pretty impressive, if I do say so myself, but still. Whoops, I didn't unmute. Whoopsie doopsie.
Well, it was pretty impressive, if I do say so myself, but still. Sure, I got a little panicked when you first asked me to take over, but I figured things would work out if I just stuck to my usual game plan.
What game plan is that? Wing it? Thanks, Mie.
I can't really take the credit. The Stormboarder did all the hard work. I just kept it stable. Still, I'm glad I was able to help you out, Captain. You definitely did. I was planning to station a Marine in the cockpit, but now I won't have to. So since I'll have one to spare now, I'll assign them to
Ship cleaning duty instead.
Good. Keeping the ship clean at all times will be a great boost to morale. Well, administrative advisor, the bad news. I know well enough by now that it can't all be good.
Right you are, Director. You really are getting the hang of this.
Now that we shut down all of our magical reactors, restarting them will take some time.
Which means, of course, that we are effectively stuck here for the time being. That means no zero sail either.
Oh, I see.
At least I should have a hard time finding us here, right? Right, surely.
Oh, right. As long as we remain hidden, the odds of them detecting us should be low.
Right.
As long as you're unable to start up the ship's engine at a moment's notice, we'll be out to sea without a lifeboat if we're spotted again. Yeah, if we end up taking several of those supercharged magical energy attacks head-on without even any of our defensive mechanisms to shield us, well, yeah, wouldn't go so good. I don't even want to think about it. Me neither, man. Huh? Captain!
Huh? Captain, why'd you collapse like that? Are you okay?
I'm sorry. It looks like Zeus's great thunderbolts were even more powerful than we thought. The one that hit us didn't damage the ship too badly, but it did damage my spirit core.
No! Does this mean those thunderbolts are actually anti-servant attacks? Oh!
That's not great. It's a good thing only one of them hit us. If even one more of those had struck, we might have ended up losing our new ship. This is pathetic. I don't even have the strength to stand.
Damn it. Get any more nurse in here on the double. Make sure Captain's as comfortable as possible. Right.
Does this mean you're injured as well, Da Vinci? Looks that way. I thought I was just feeling off thanks to all the magical energy I used for the chaff and a concealing spell. But since I was acting as the Stormboarder's CPU when we got hit, I guess I actually got just as hurt as the captain. I think I'd better rest up for a while too. Well, you can't be just as hurt if you're not, you know, collapsed. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I take that back. Da Vinci? Easy there. Good. I caught her in time. Thanks for the nurse call. Is it an emergency?
I'll say. Thanks for coming, Nemo. It's Captain and Da Vinci. The former collapsed, and the latter's totally drained. Please hurry.
You know, the Marines, or Nemo series in general, are a part of him, right? Shouldn't they also not be feeling well when his spirit core is damaged? You would think so, right? Fofo?
Holmes, Mignet. How are Da Vinci and Captain doing? They're both asleep now. Well, I say asleep, but it's more like what we did back in Scandinavia.
There are no recovery pods they used at the time. They may seem fine on the surface, but their spirit cores have both suffered significant damage. It may take them a few days, but don't worry. We expect them both to make full recoveries. To put it in modern parlance, this will be no big deal. That's a relief.
Yes it is. It's too bad we can't visit them while they're in the pods. But I'm still glad to hear they'll be okay.
Quite so. Ideally, I'd prefer to wait for their full recovery before we begin a plan of attack in earnest, but...
Indeed, we have neither the time nor the mental capacity to spare for that. Both the captain and technical advisor fulfilled their duties spectacularly.
Maybe Captain took the brunt of it. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering is... Maybe it's like 100 personas? Because we know 100 personas... You know... Most of them can die. And still be fine. So maybe... I imagine it's probably not quite the same. Like, I imagine if the main Nemo died, they'd poof away, unlike 100 personas, but... Maybe it's closer to that. I don't know.
Both the captain and technical advisor fulfilled their duties spectacularly. Yes, they may be useless for the time being, but no matter. Their recovery takes priority. Meanwhile, those of us who remain have an obligation to make the most of this opportunity they've given us. Namely...
Buy them a nice fruit basket for when they wake up, right? Now, make a move before we're found out.
Exactly. By this point, I suppose there was no need for me to say anything after all, was there? Him, alright. As the new director of Chaldea and the commander of the Stormboarder, here are my orders. Master Ritsuka, Mash Kirilite, a faithful servant. There's still much we don't know about our situation, but even so, I need you to head out. But I'm afraid we won't be able to support you as normal with our technical advisor incapacitated. Myself, Munye, and our administrative advisor will do our best to fill her shoes in the meantime. Your sole objective for now is to explore the source belt and recruit other proper human history servants. At least this time we won't be at a complete disadvantage thanks to the vanguard that got here ahead of us.
We'll see how many of them lived.
Once you find the heroic spirits that came here from Atlantis, the tide is sure to turn swiftly in our favor.
Yeah, sure it is.
If we're going to defeat that detestable Kishtaria, cut down that preposterously huge tree of emptiness, and destroy that incredibly dangerous Zeus, you'll need to meet up with them first.
Yes, sir.
Just what I like to hear. Now I can relax and really enjoy my breakfast.
Really? I've just run a scan of our vicinity, and I'm afraid the circumstances are very much not in our favor. Unfortunately, we'll be no more able to bolster our ranks via summoning circle here than we were in Atlantis. So yeah, we're fully reliant on whoever got here already. Every last ley line, for kilometers is under intense observation. They're too man-made, or perhaps I should say God-made to be of use to us. Suffice to say, we won't be able to secure the magical energy necessary to summon and maintain a new heroic spirits while here in Olympus. I'm afraid we'll have to be content with using the Spirit Origin Graph for temporary combat-only summons. Fo.
All the more reason you need to find the heroic spirits who came here ahead of us as soon as possible. With the forces we have, we won't even be able to keep ourselves safe, let alone accomplish the mission. It would have made things a lot easier if we could have summoned more combat-ready heroic spirits from a ley line. But I guess that was too much to hope for, just like it was in Atlantis. Well, in the meantime, I don't know how much these will help, but here, these are for you two.
Thanks, Wingy, but what are they?
They're disguise kits. Well, a kind of mystic code, really, that Da Vinci made in secret based off the Atlanteans. Basically, they use magecraft to deceive onlookers, both optically and perceptually, giving you the same effect as wearing a disguise without actually having to put one on. She said they make use of the same disguise principles as Holmes' Noble Phantasm. They should let you disguise yourself as residents of Olympus and
gather the information we need.
Right. I know this is business as usual for you guys by now, but still, be careful. The silver lining here is that your magical energy readings are the same as any other humans.
Which wouldn't that in itself be a red flag? I imagine the people who live in Olympus are all exceptional beings full of, above average magical energy. So, we'll see.
Apparently, even Mash only has a tiny bit of servant aura about her right now. So hey, in that sense, this should make it a lot easier to sneak in than it would be if you were bringing servants along.
That's true. Under these circumstances, the risk of a hostile servant noticing me or Senpai should be very low. So if all goes well, it should give us the chance we need to rendezvous with the heroic spirits who got here before us. Yeah, I'm sure it'll go perfectly fine.
But that being said,
You'll still be at a major disadvantage if you do end up in a fight. Had to bring down the mood, huh? So don't lean on the disguise kits too heavily, okay? We'll try.
then again, you're both old hands now with raised shifts and lost belts, so I'm sure you already know that.
Yes, quite. Director.
What is it, Administrative Advisor?
I have 2 suggestions I'd like you to hear. The first is that we send the combat and environmental information we've gathered to date to the Wandering Sea in a data packet. And for the second, well, I think discretion would be the best course for this one.
What was this now? Aha, careful. I'm quite ticklish, ticklish, you know. What was that? Are you serious, Administrative Advisor? But that's... surely you can't.
Director, do you remember the border guards that Odysseus kept under his command?
Yeah? What about him?
I'm quite certain that your concerns, while understandable, are nevertheless unwarranted.
It's incredibly risky, but I can't deny that it also makes a lot of sense. Alright. As the director of Novum Chaldea, I can't have my subordinates be the only ones putting themselves in danger to restore proper human history. Very well, Administrative Advisor. I accept your proposal.
You're not sending Gordy with us, are you? Oh no. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, surely. Thank you, I had every confidence you'd make the right decision.
Foe?
Oh, what's going on? Ha ha ha.
This is no laughing matter if you ask me. Jeez. Alright, once again.
Ritsuka, Mash Curiolite, as director of Novum Chaldea, here are your orders. You two are to leave the border at once and make your way to the city of Olympus.
Once you're inside, find out where the other proper human history servants are and meet up with them. Post haste. After you've secured an adequate fighting force, you're to cut down the fifth tree of emptiness.
Yokai desu?
Understood. We'll go begin our Olympus investigation right now. Foe.
What are you not telling us, you two? What you hiding? Oh, wait, hang on, let me exchange one of those right quick. So I can get the timer going on that. Time is AP, don't you know? Directly beneath the fifth tree of emptiness, Magellan. Interstellar mountainous city Olympus, great orbital shrine Olympia Dodona, or Dodona, the center of its operations. Europa.
A revelation is upon us. A revelation is upon us.
Now, is she a servant turned? Because they offered Estrella to become one of the Olympians, right? But she refused out of fairness. Did Europa get that deal, or is she just this history's Europa? I guess we'll find out. I guess I'll find out.
Now's the time of revelation. Gather round, O noble gods of Olympus. He has ruled the heavens since the dawn of time, emerging triumphant in no less than 4 Machia. By day he rules over clear blue skies. By night he conquers what lies beyond them. He is the wielder of the great thunderbolts, capable of shattering stars, galaxies, even the very universe. Authority is no less than Uranus and Cronus themselves bow to his will. He is the great Demiurge, the one who wields the Cronus crown for all eternity. Now behold the words of the almighty Zeus.
So he does have a human-esque form. I trust all are here.
Indeed they are, my lord.
Oh, you fuck ass. Rejoice, my fellow gods. Rejoice, gods from foreign lands. All is proceeding according to my will. The seeds I planted have grown brilliantly, disturbed neither by chill rain nor merciless rays of sun. Tree of Emptiness Magellan. No, Atlas, the world tree, is about to bloom.
Glory to Almighty Zeus. Congratulations, Father. It's wonderful, Father. Congratulations.
We must restore mythology to its rightful place. This lost belt's divine power must not remain relegated to Olympus. It must spread across the world. Across every bit of bleached white land.
Okay. I mean... I was gonna say he has competition there, but I guess not really, right? Assuming... Well... Yeah, no, he still has competition. Because obviously we know, because LB6 is a thing, that they, it's not quite as taken care of as, Beryl would like us to believe.
Across every bit of bleached white land. If humans are unable to save it, then the task falls to the gods instead. I shall use all the power I wield to save this world in place of those gods who left during proper human history. For it is still far too soon to lose the intelligent human species that has taken root on this.
Wait, so he's doing it to save humanity? And not just out of a stubborn need to, you know, not disappear?
Still far too soon to lose the intelligent human species that's taken root on this planet. This is indeed all unfolding absolutely wonderfully. Even in my wildest dreams, I never imagined Atlas, the world tree, would grow so large so quickly. It even puts the Indian Lost Belt tree's explosive growth to shame. This will undoubtedly be the land where our god, the foreign god, descends upon this world. Oh yes, of that I'm absolutely certain. Nothing can make we three alter egos who've come here on behalf of the foreign god happier. It is unfortunate that one of us cannot be present at this time, but no matter. You have my pledge that I'll do everything in my power to help you grow the world tree to maturity, and to ensure the foreign god's descent proceeds undeterred. Hi, Aphrodite.
The foreign god? Excuse me? It's always foreign god this and foreign god that with you. Are your ears working properly? Did you not hear what Almighty Zeus had to say? He's the one who's going to save this world. There's no place for your foreign god here. Now remember your place and hold your tongue, foreigner, lest you say something you regret. Now, Aphrodite. There's no need to let your anger mar your beautiful face. Besides, you do well not to underestimate these gods from foreign lands, especially that monk there.
Rumor is that he single-handedly drove the ancient land of India into a hellish cycle of reincarnation.
So I'd be careful if I were you.
I mean... Yeah, no, I guess he was, like, the main reason Arjuna ended up going that far, huh? So, yeah.
Lest he end up
Turning all of Olympus into Tartarus. Yeah, well, that wouldn't be good, huh?
Tartarus? Ridiculous. If you wish to joke, Demeter, save it for an audience who might appreciate your brand of humor. As for you, you have some nerve speaking of a foreign god in our presence. How dare you speak of a god from an alien planet, knowing full well that we descendants of chaos migrated here from across the galaxy?
Descendants of chaos?
Who do you think you are? You know nothing of Zeus's power. You know nothing of what transpired 14,000 years ago, at the moment our lost belt began.
Historical context. Dodona was Zeus's oracle, second prestige only to Delphi. Zeus's sacred oak tree was also there. Some people try to paint his Greek mythology as a tree. Yeah. I feel like, like obviously, you know, fate aside, because they're calling, you know, Magellan their world tree here, but yeah, I don't think Greece had a proper world tree, because if they did, they wouldn't have needed Atlas to hold up the, well, I guess the sky and the world aren't the same thing technically, but it's part of the world, so I don't know.
You have no idea how Zeus's thunderbolts utterly destroyed the foreign invader who came to kill all life on this planet.
Oh. So is that the difference? Instead of someone wielding Excalibur destroying Altera, Zeus was able to do it himself?
How Zeus's thunderbolts utterly destroyed the foreign invader who came to kill all life on the planet.
Huh. Who do I think I am, you asked? I am me, of course. No more, no less.
You insolent little...
Yeah, smite him.
Wait, Aphrodite.
A moment, please, O goddess of beauty. If I may, allow me to remind you that we are all equally invested in seeing the world treat to maturity.
Lord Kushtaria, the cryptor says that though our long-term goals may be different for now, cooperating is in our mutual best interest. Kushtaria Wodheim.
Oh, what's this? My, is this truly happening? You, the goddess of beauty herself, the arbiter of value for all humanity. Does she have a thing for Wodheim? Deigning to take advice from a mere human. I never thought I'd see the day. That's enough, Limbo. A joke is only funny when its audience is receptive. So I suggest you be more judicious about playing the jester while in the company of gods, especially given that same tendency led to your failure in India. You don't mince words, do you? I was merely trying to lighten the mood, but you're right, I did misjudge my audience. It seems my failure in India has affected me more than I realized. Forgive me, O gods of Greece. Aphrodite, goddess of beauty. Demeter, goddess of land. All-powerful Zeus, priestess Queen Europa. I hope you'll accept this humble apology. I don't think they accepted it. Limbo. Oh my. I do beg your pardon. Not at all. I'm the one who owes you an apology. I hope you'll forgive my momentary surprise, O gods of foreign lands. Limbo. Don't be absurd, my illustrious Queen Europa. I am the one who has wronged you.
Not it.
Did he cut off his own head? Like, what was that? Zeus is getting annoyed. Okay, everyone shut up. Silence, all of you. I understand your anger. I understand your impatience. But stay your tongues. There are some facts we must accept, no matter how humiliating they may be. Namely the fact that without the Tree of Emptiness, none of us could exist. Our glorious Olympus's prosperity, we 12 Olympians' eternal reign, all depend on the Tree of Emptiness. This we must come to terms with if we are to overcome the tree's hold on us. Overcome the tree's hold? Does that mean you plan to cut down the Tree of Emptiness? As long as you grow the tree to full maturity, we have no objections as to what you do with it afterwards. But still, the very idea of overcoming the tree's hold is just... Are you truly capable of such a thing, Almighty Zeus? Indeed. It is a task beyond even my all-encompassing power. Which is why I have formed an alliance with my sworn friend, Kashtaria Wodime the Cryptor.
Zeus, need I remind you that he's only a human? Zeus, you would still call that human your sworn friend? Yeah, why not?
Silence. Did something happen that makes you feel like you shouldn't call him that? I don't... Okay. Kashtaria Wodime the Cryptor is no ordinary human. One could well liken the mammalian humans from proper human history to little more than sentient reeds. Oh. And indeed, Kashtaria is sentient. But no mere reed could ever be that strong. Damn. Even Zeus recognizes, the absurd power Wodime has. Like, damn, that's impressive. That's some pretty impressive shit right there.
So this is the Machina corridor of the Great Orbital Shrine Olympia Dodona, huh? It's way too damn long if you ask me. How's the guy supposed to cross this thing and get where he's going on time?
Leave earlier? I don't know.
Did they just make it to scale with the gods of Olympus or something? At this rate, I'm gonna die of old age before I get anywhere. Still, on a different note, I can't believe he's just letting me walk around like this unsupervised. Wodime, I swear I can't tell what that guy's thinking. Now I feel like an idiot for keeping my guard up constantly, figuring it was just a matter of time before he sends someone to finish me off. I always thought a cryptor without a lost belt would be worthless, that he wouldn't have anywhere left to go, and no reason to be kept alive. I was sure he was just gonna take my serious light and be done with me. Was I wrong? I remember Dr. Marsbury said, the serious light is the power to overturn the very world. Possessing it is what makes you a cryptor.
Oh, so they didn't just get the name Cryptor from Marsbury. Marsbury gave them this is the first time we're learning that Marsbury gave them the serious light, right? I don't remember this. I know he gave them the Cryptor name, but I thought they just took it because that was like the nickname for their team. Huh.
We studied every abnormality that could have possibly occurred during the 7 Ages. We trained for every scenario we might encounter in the simulator. Team A was supposed to save the world, and our Sirius lights were supposed to be our trump card. But...
Okay.
It's strange. When you think about it, we were never actually
Told exactly what the Sirius light is.
sure. They told us that there are even more powerful command spells and that they
Produce more magical energy than the user could generate on their own.
But the only one of us who actually knows when and why to use them is Wodheim. After all, he was the one entrusted with their timing. So he should also be the only one who knows how the Sirius lights are really meant to be used. So then why hasn't he taken mine?
I don't know.
Ever since we came back to life, Wodheim's always said how the cryptors are all equal in the Foreign God's eyes. But it never occurred to me that he might really mean it. Does this mean he seriously believes that? And what am I saying? There's no way he could. He's a noble. He's got to have an angle I'm not seeing. There must be something that only he knows. Something about the Sirius lights, the Foreign God, the Trees of Emptiness, and why the Lost Belts can exist in the present day. Alright, Wodheim. I'll find out what it is you're up to. Whatever it is you and Zeus are plotting, I'm gonna bring it to light. And if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna need a distraction that really stands out. Haddock is just full-on betraying him?
Okay.
You know, I was thinking, I still haven't been punished for my failure with the Indian Lost Belt, right? So go ahead and punish me however you see fit, Wodheim. Whatever it is, I can take it.
I hope I have not given you cause to mistake me, Pepe. We cryptos are colleagues, nothing more. I have no more authority to punish you than any of the others do. For the time being, Scandinavia Pepperoncino, let's just be glad you're alright.
You're sure taking all this in stride. Not that I expected anything less, of course. But I still wouldn't feel right getting off scot-free. Why don't you at least take my Sirius light? Sure, I could probably save more face with the Foreign God if I offered it up to them instead. But I couldn't care less about getting in either the Foreign God or the Alter Ego's good graces. So here, hon, you can have my Sirius light. Make sure you make good use of it.
Thank you, Pepe. But there's no need for that. You can keep yours. The Sirius light has not been my responsibility since Team A ceased to be relevant. So no, you should hang on to yours. What you do with it is up to you.
I'm still so unsure how to feel about Krishtaria.
I see. So Ophelia didn't happen to die after using hers. She died because she used her Sirius light. Would I be right in assuming that's what Marsbury had in mind when he put our team together? Not at liberty to answer that, huh? Now I get it. I'm starting to see just a little more of what your relationship was really like.
Despise me if you wish. You're probably right to do so.
Despise you? Now you're just insulting me, Wodheim. I think the fact that you're refusing to say anything just goes to show how much integrity you have. Up to this point, I still wasn't sure who was connected to what. But I think I'm finally starting to see how the pieces fit together. I had never really sunk in before, but I guess we really are enemies of humanity after all.
I have to say, Pepe, your sheer mental fortitude never fails to surprise me. I'm amazed you can still smile like that under these circumstances.
Hey, it's one thing I've got going for me. Though in my case, it's more despair than self-possession. But hey, the important thing is that I'm alive right now. and what it is I need to do next, right? I never get anywhere if I spend all my time fretting about a past I can't change. So I'm just gonna tell you this, in the hope that it might lead to an even more fun future. You know how the disciples are always telling us the foreign god wants the lost spells to flourish, and that the strongest one will become the foundation of a new humanity? Well, I'm positive they're lying. They're not planning on any of the lost spells surviving. Well, we've been hoping that one of the lost spells would become the next proper human history. They've got other plans entirely.
And then why do you think that?
I heard it straight from the alter ego's mouth back when he was elated at the prospect of a seemingly assured victory. I swear, I never would have guessed his fondness for hearing himself talk would actually work in our favor.
Huh. I see. So you got Limbo to talk. Then I won't be responsible for what you've learned, and it won't violate my contract with the foreign god. That being said, MiRNG, I can't say anything more in response to what you've just told me. All I can tell you is that I am prepared to establish this lost belt as a new proper human history, and that I have done everything I can to see that vision made reality. I will use everything at my disposal to ensure this Atlantic lost belt becomes this planet's future. In the meantime, I want you to carry out your duties as a member of Team A in whatever way you feel is best.
Hey, you don't have to tell me. I was already planning to do whatever I wanted. Besides, I was never really into the whole King of the Earth competition thing anyway. Well, let me know if you ever need help with anything, alright? I'm not that much of an ingrate, you know.
Not that much of an ingrate, huh? Of course I know that, Pepe. You've been of help to me more often than you realize. You always described yourself as a cold-blooded killer, but in fact you were always the most humane. Always honored your obligations more than any of us.
Hello?
You ever gonna actually talk, you know, in words that we can understand? That'd be great if you could. But okay, you whatever.
Oh? Unless I'm very much mistaken, there's a great deal of venom in your expression. Are you unhappy with what we just discussed?
Yeah, probably not happy that Pepe found out what was up and that he told you.
Pepperoncino came to his conclusions based on what the alter ego said. There's no need to eliminate him. Nor did I tell the other cryptors any of the foreign god's secrets. So far as I can tell, there have been no breaches of contract here. Am I wrong?
Ooh, get contract served. Ooh.
Everything is proceeding according to plan. The Tree of Emptiness is now a fully grown catalyst, ready to bring your true form down to this world. Zeus no doubt means to use this energy for his own ideals. For my part, I have no intention of getting in his way. I promised him I wouldn't after all. We agreed that though our positions may be very different, Zeus and I would work together to ensure that the Atlantic Lost Belt is fully completed. And I will not be going back on my word. Not after he trusted me enough to let me see him in a moment of weakness. I'm well aware, if Zeus's plan comes to fruition, the Tree of Emptiness's magical energy will be depleted, and the foreign god's descent will be delayed. Should that happen, I'll be considered in breach of contract, and my life will be forfeit. But that is not going to happen, much as it pains me to say this as his friend. Zeus's ideals will never work, even if his plan is flawless. Once they fail, that is where I come into play. Don't worry, I'll see that my job is done perfectly. I value my life as much as anyone after all. It would be equally trivial for me to complete this lost belt and see Zeus's ideals realized. Or to conclude this lost belt and let the foreign god descend upon this world. The only unknown factor that could possibly pose an obstacle to either of those outcomes is Chaldea, and whatever course of action Ritsuka chooses to pursue. I only hope her spirit isn't yet broken. I'm counting on her to make her way here, and once more throw herself into battle against me. so that I can conclusively demonstrate to her that her efforts were for naught. Yeah, you're about to get the shock of a lifetime, Kashtaria. Cause methinks you underestimating us like this ain't gonna work too well for you, buddy. Buddy. But maybe I'm the one wrong, who knows? Olympus's reception, first half. Oh. Oh, jolly good show. Update list. This'll work. This is 10%, right? 5%. Yeah, we'll do. They set Mash as a starting member. Okay, Satanta, you'll come out. And then you can go in Fizzly Front. Alright, I'll do. That'll do. I may as well put some other craft essences on. Like this one. And then... swap those around, and now we're good. Alright, Olympus's reception. Who dares get in our way, I'm glad it wasn't like a mash-only lock. That... I was a little bit concerned about that.
It's been 2 hours since we left the storm border. Our comms still aren't working well, so we can't get in touch with anyone.
I doubt the bounded fields our disguises are generating are interfering with the signal.
So it must be the magical energy in the atmosphere. I guess this means we need to head back to the border to tell everyone what we find out.
First step, gathering info.
Right.
I just hope we can meet up with the servants who got here before us quickly. Me too, Mash. Me too.
There are no hostile entities nearby. Entities nearby. I don't see any residents of Olympus either.
But going off the topographical information I was able to glean right before we landed.
We should soon arrive at the city's western perimeter.
We'll have to be careful as we make our way there, Senpai.
Foe! It's nice to see you in good spirits, Foe.
I don't think I've seen you this happy since Scandinavia. Is it all the magical energy in the atmosphere?
Let me double check the readings.
The atmosphere's magical energy density is still on par with the Age of Gods from the Seventh Singularity.
I'm not seeing any abnormalities in your vitals either, Master.
Everything looks to be within normal parameters. That looks good. Or sounds good. How about you, Mash? You doing okay? Let's just hope this string of luck will hold. It won't.
I'm fine. The only difference is that my skin feels a little more sensitive than usual.
Poke. Poke the Mash. While we're here, why don't we check to make sure our disguises are working properly too?
Activating disguise mystic codes now. Everything looks fine. Foe, foe! What is it, Foe?
I think he's saying they work perfectly.
I see. Thank you, Foe. Foe! Thank you, really.
Ash? Sup? Sup, baby girl?
I'm sorry. I was just thinking about the disguises.
We still don't know what Olympians look like, so I hope there'll be enough to let us blend in.
Yeah, what if they look completely different from the Atlanteans? You know, because they said that these Mystic Code disguises were based on them, right? The Atlanteans. But what if they... I'm sure it'll be fine, right? Surely there can't be that much difference.
Fofo! According to the instruction manual, these disguise kits reference current Atlantean fashion to simulate the kinds of clothes the Atlanteans presumably wore before they were banished. Da Vinci must have figured that an advanced civilization like Olympus would probably be the same today as it was several thousand years ago. So I suppose whether these disguises are effective or not will depend on how accurate her simulation is. I'm sure Da Vinci knows what she's doing, right? That's true. Da Vinci's inventions have never let us down yet. Alright, Senpai, let's keep going. Olympus's western perimeter should be just up ahead. Time to start our close encounter of the third kind with the local populace of Olympus. In this fifth lost belt. Focow!
Looks very, modern?
We made it to the city.
It certainly looks very different than anything we've seen in any other Lost Belt, yeah.
Compared to, say, the Chinese Lost Belt, which developed along its own unique path. This one seems much more in line with what we would think of as a developed nation in proper human history.
It looks just like a modern-day city. Yeah.
It does, doesn't it? I got a glimpse of it from above while we were, making our way down here.
But I still can't quite believe they've advanced this far.
Fofo? I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was spacing out.
Anyway, the local residents don't seem to be paying us much attention.
So it looks like the disguises are working. As I thought, there's even more concentrated magical energy in the atmosphere here than there was in Atlantis. As much as there was in the Age of Gods. Although...
What? Are those television screens? Like giant billboard screens? Good day. Oh, glorious Zeus, blessed be his name. Blessed be his name, blessed be his name. Glory to Lord Zeus for presiding over the sun in Apollo's stead.
Actually, Helios is the god of the sun.
Did you sleep well last night? Of course. Thanks be to Lord Zeus for presiding over sleep in Hypnos' stead. I'm glad to see you're all doing so well. Praise be to Lady Demeter for keeping you safe. Oh yes, you said it. The ambrosia was delicious again today. So did Zeus just take all the jobs of all the gods who died out before this point? Like, he didn't delegate any of the other tasks. Like, the currently living gods kept their current stuff, but he just took over all the rest who died. Sure, I'll take sleep. I'll take the sun. I'll take everything else. I just know it'll help me be even more beautiful. It's true, you were beautiful yesterday and you're beautiful today too. I can feel Lady Aphrodite's protection surrounding me. I'll have to stop by one of the branch shrines later to pray to her. It looks like the philosophers are debating something on the sidewalk. We're so fortunate to have them. Hey, wait up, Janice! You're going too fast! Race you to the fountain! Wait for me! Hey, wanna come to the Sacred Library in the East District with me? The Dean Terminal is closing the university for the day to give a lecture there.
Fofo. Yeah, seems pretty close to modern
life, almost, just with a focus on the gods. It certainly seems like the local Olympians are all accustomed to this atmosphere. Yeah.
I suppose this means this is a humanity from the Age of Gods. Still, all that being said,
I'm amazed to see how much foot traffic there is here.
between the buildings and the roads, it really does seem like a lost modern city from proper human history. Oh. And what's more, everyone here seems so happy.
They do, don't they?
Yes.
Fo. I guess you could argue in this timeline, maybe Helios was the god of the sun at one point. But, like, maybe he died against Altera before Zeus put her down here. And so Apollo took over. And then Apollo obviously died in war between the Olympians when they were deciding whether to stay or let humanity grow on their own. That's what I'll headcanon, is Helios was and then died against Altera. That's what I'll go with.
Fo. Don't worry, Fo. It won't be a problem. We know we're still on a mission. We won't forget where we're from or why we're here. Besides, we have an obligation to pay close attention to how the people of this lost belt live their lives. Master, did you notice any familiar words in those conversations we overheard?
You mean like Apollo and Demeter?
Yes, exactly. Demeter, the goddess of the land, Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty. And I overheard a few others as well. I'm not sure if they were talking about the gods of mythology or other people named after them. They could also be talking about divine spirits, heroic spirits, mechanical gods like in Atlantis. Maybe. Or maybe there are other actual non-divine spirit gods here like Zeus.
Wait, Hephaestus literally told us that what? Yeah, obviously, Hephaestus literally told us who was alive and who was dead. Wait, what? Why is this even a question? Like, we know that Demeter and Aphrodite, along with Zeus, are alive. Did the writers just forget that that was already established? Okay. Most gods here will probably be our enemies, but maybe not all of them.
I hope you're right. Now that Zeus himself has attacked us,
It's only natural for most of the other gods to follow his lead.
there should still be other gods like Apollo who will be
Exceptions to the rule. Maybe.
Q, Fo. Let us know if he sense anything dangerous, right, Fo? Fo? Alright, Senpai, let's start gathering information. We should be able to learn what we need by making close contact with the local Olympians and talking to them.
Yeah, maybe. But this is the combat node, so we're obviously gonna be attacked.
Hello. May Almighty Zeus's protection be with you.
Hey there. May Zeus and Hera's protection be with you too. Say, I don't think I've seen you around here before.
Right, I suppose you haven't.
I only just got here from the, countryside? Is there a countryside? Or, they basically came from the edge of town, so I'm still not used to being around so many people.
Really? I'm pretty sure this is what it's like everywhere in Olympus. And again, I've only been to Shrine Town a few times. It's not like I've seen everything the city has to offer. And hey, there were some less urban areas 10,000 years or so ago. So I guess it makes sense that there's still some districts like that now. Yeah, for sure. So what brings you here? You just moving or something?
No, nothing like that. I'm just, passing through on a trip. Anyway, I don't know much about this area, so I was hoping you might be able to fill me in.
Anything you could tell us would help. Oh, is she with you? So are you sisters or something? You don't look related, though.
We're, oh.
Oh, hello, cutie. You a squirrel? Some kind of chimera pup? Nah, I'm guessing not. Anyway, I won't pry. I think it's great you're traveling, and I'd be glad to tell you what you want to know. This is the west side of the interstellar mountainous city of Olympus's 10th residential layer. Here, take a look. Uh-huh. Doesn't the Holy Vessel ring Cronus crown? Holy Vessel ring Cronus crown. What a name. Look beautiful from this angle? Yeah.
Cronus crown.
See the great shrine inside it up there? You'll never get such a great view of it over in the East District. That's Great Orbital Shrine Olympia Dodona, the heavenly castle of our holy gods. Glory be to Zeus. And way up there above the crystal mountains that provide us with unlimited magical energy. Yeah? Is the great tree. That's Atlas, the world tree. It used to be called the Tree of Emptiness, but Almighty Zeus gave it a new name. It's a miraculous tree made up of Zeus's glorious light, and it was a gift from some gods of a foreign land. You can see it real clearly here, right? When it blooms, we're going to hold a huge festival right in this district.
Festival?
Fox is here. Yeah, so why did MASH act like it was a question on whether there were others aside from Zeus? Like, obviously, we defeated Poseidon and Artemis, but Hera, Demeter, and Aphrodite... Yeah, well, that's weird. It's like, it feels like they just forgot that they already established that.
A festival?
Well, sure, after all. That tree is what's keeping us alive after we were cut off from proper human history. Okay. So Zeus hasn't kept his people in the dark. Well, I mean, he kept the Atlanteans in the dark, I guess. But at least he's keeping the people who live on Olympus, in the know. Like, listen, we were not the path chosen by humanity, but this great tree delivered unto us a new life. That tree is keeping us alive after we were cut off from proper human history. Ah, I see. Not every day we get travelers around here. The last ones I met were a young couple, a lot like you, two about 200 years ago. Yes, that's it. You should be proud. See, this is what I had imagined Odysseus would actually look like compared to the design we actually have of him. Like, this screams Odysseus to me. They do what you'd expect them to read the chapter they have to follow up on, right? Yeah, it's, I don't know. I guess it's not a huge deal, but you'd think they'd know. I don't know. The important bits, I don't know. It's that you should be proud. There's nothing wrong at all with taking the path less traveled. I have absolute faith that the gods support us humans in all our vast diversity.
Still, that being said, I don't have much I can teach you. I can't tell if he's saying it's unusual for people to travel, or if he thinks they're lesbians, which, I mean, I guess technically speaking, they... Wouldn't that... well, I guess it wouldn't necessarily be wrong. Huh. So that being said, I don't know much. Like, does this not scream like he thinks they're like a young couple a lot like you, and then I don't know. This screams he thinks they. Blend same with Mailmaster. Yeah, no, it feels like you can read it like that though, like. I get it's probably about them traveling, but I don't know. That being said, I don't have much I can teach you. Surely you'd already learned about the crown and the world tree, right? No matter where you go, Olympus's endless bounty surrounds you. It's always been that way, especially over the last few thousand years, and it always will be. So there's nowhere in all of Olympus you could go where we aren't positively spoiled by riches. Just look at all these glittering production towers. The ambrosia Lady Demeter bestows upon us every day. Things like hunger, illness, injury, and pain are all relics of the distant past. What's that? Yes, that's right, 200 years ago. It was practically just the other day. Sure.
My job? You travelers are funny.
Jobs are those things people used to have to do to earn money, right?
I'm amazed you still remember such an ancient concept.
Are you history buffs or something?
Well, I think that's wonderful. There's just something romantic about
Archaeology.
It's such a shame that the gods don't like to talk about things that happened more than 10,000 or so years ago, and that there aren't more records of the past. You must run into the same problems at every university and research organization. Me? Oh no, I don't go to university. I'm an artist. There's nothing that brings the gods more joy than the evolution of art and culture.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Or...
I don't know what we would do without the gods. They watch over us, protect us, love us. Ah, glory be to Zeus. Oh yes, in my case, I study under Educational Terminal Number 3 at the nearby Art Academy. Well, me and about
500,000 other students. War? Yeah, I've heard that used to be a thing. You can read all about it in the government records, libraries, and university archives. Oh wait, is your district one of the ones that doesn't have any big government offices or libraries? I'm amazed there are still places in Olympus bereft of the gods' glory. Anyway, sure, I can tell you what I know. A long time ago, there were 4 great wars called Machia. The first was between Zeus's gods and Cronus' titans. The second was between Zeus's gods and the White Ruin. The third was between Zeus's gods and Gigantes? I know it's the giants birthed by Gaia. I never know how to say it correctly. The giants. I'm just calling them the giants. Right, that's what the Gigantes are. They were birthed by Gaia to get revenge for her children being killed by Zeus and all the other Olympians. And then she wanted the Gigantes to take over as like the rulers, her being like the queen ruler or something like that. And the fourth was, the exile that took place a few thousand years ago. Yeah, it was part of the Fourth Machia, a tragic civil war fought between the gods themselves. The followers of the gods who lost, the poor people who did not accept the gods' protection, left Olympus and descended to Atlantis. Though another theory says that they left in search of their far-off homeland. Either way, it's all in the past now. The humans have never waged war with one another, and they never will.
Yeah, it's great here. Every day's so much fun. I played all day yesterday, and I'm gonna play all day today, too. Hey, what kind of animal is that? A baby chimera? A lion? Huh? What'd you say? Is there anything we're scared of? Or anything that hurts us? No. I can't think of anything like that. Heck, I can't even remember the last time I heard words like pain or scary. Are you two in pain? Are you scared of something?
Yeah, of Zeus finding us here and smiting our asses.
You want to know more about the gods? You can't be serious, right? Is this a trick question or something? Huh?
You're from the countryside?
Do you know about Lord Zeus? I see.
I had no idea there were still areas within Olympus bereft of the gods' glorious protection.
Do tell where you're from later, okay?
I'll let them know during my regular prayer at the branch shrine. I'm sure Lady Europa will take care of it once we bring this to her attention. You do know who Lady Europa is, right? Yeah, she's like a princess or something who fucked Zeus, or a priestess, not princess, or both. A priest princess. Something like that.
Queen Europa is Lord Zeus's wife. She's a demigod who assimilated with Lady Hera, so she's sure to hear your prayer.
Oh. Interesting.
Assimilated with Lady Hera.
Fascinating.
Really? Don't tell me you didn't even know that. What about the branch shrines? You know, the places we go so the gods will hear our voices? Do you mean you don't even know about them? How the gods can hear us better there than anywhere else? You poor children.
It's the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life.
But don't worry, the gods watch over all of us equally. Ah, glory to the great gods of Olympus. Glory to the ones who sit atop of the great shrine, in possession of the Cronus crown. Lady Demeter, Lady Aphrodite, Lord and Lady Dioscuri, Queen Europa, Almighty Zeus. Glory to our guests, the gods of foreign lands. And to Lord Zeus's sworn friend, Lord Kushtaria Wodyme. Fo-fo! Kushtaria.
I guess that means that everyone in Olympus knows who Kushtaria is, then.
Oh my, do watch your tongue.
You can't refer to Lord Zeus's first sworn friend without a title. Oh, we're old friends. Yeah, we probably shouldn't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just slipped out.
I don't mind so much myself, but you could end up on probation if one of the guards were to hear you. And what does probation entail exactly? Here.
Probation?
You mean be thrown in jail? my, this is even worse than I thought. I can't even imagine how undeveloped the place you grew up in must be. You should really file a proper complaint with your local government office about this. Yeah, we'll get right on that. Yep. Just to be perfectly clear, no guard would ever do anything so barbaric as that. Lord Zeus has decreed that not a single drop of blood should ever be spilled on Olympus. Oh my, I can't believe there's still even one place in the city that uses language like that. This is just beyond belief. I'm sorry, I was just reading a history book recently, and I guess I kind of got history mixed up with reality. Nice recovery, Mash. Thank you, Senpai. I just wish I hadn't had to lie to her.
Foe?
Why the dingling?
Attention, my beloved Olympians. This is Queen Europa. I am speaking to you from above Great Orbital Shrine Olympia Dodona. A revelation is upon us. A revelation is upon us.
Damn, they even let all the Olympians in on prophecies?
Oh my. Foe. Quiet.
Go on, stand up straight and pay attention. We haven't had an unscheduled public broadcast from the Great Shrine in hundreds of years. You know, you're not the first person who mentioned something that happened hundreds of years ago.
You?
Yes, of course I remember. Now hush already. This is a divine revelation. Alright, sorry, my bad. Intruders from the out... who could that be? From the outside have infiltrated our interstellar mountainous city of Olympus. Be careful, my beloved citizens, for these intruders are extremely dangerous. Lord Zeus has sensed them here among you. There are 2 of them. Well, surely they can't think it's us, right? We have foe. That's clearly 3 of us. Right? There are 2 of them. These monstrous villains are from Chaldea, from proper human history. They are destroyers of worlds who have obliterated 4 of the lost belts. These arrogant malefactors believe themselves this world's true inhabitants and look down their noses on our Olympus. Wait, that's not true! We cannot peacefully coexist with such beings, so just this once you are permitted to use violence against them. You will recognize one of these loathsome Chaldea demons. By the red marks on their right hand. I'm going to assume the disguise mystic code doesn't cover the command spells, do they? Should you find them, it is Zeus's command that you kill them. Red marks on their right hand. Who, he, ha, Chaldea? No way, are you 2 them? The ones from proper human history?
Senpai!
Run for it, Mash! Run! We're about to be... yeah, this isn't good. We're in the middle of the goddamn city. So we're surrounded on all sides by, I assume Age of Gods level strength humans, which is pretty strong. That's probably not good. That's probably not good at all.
Hey, get back here. Lord Zeus wants... Foe, cow! Eek! The Where's my foe? Foe!
Why are those two running off like that? Wait, are those the Chaldea demons?
It's Chaldea, the Chaldea demons! We doing our demons! It's Chaldea, the Chaldea demons! Eek! Get inside, lock the doors, hurry up, don't let them kill you! I can't believe the demons of proper human history are here in our city. Somebody get to the branch temple, hurry! We're not gonna make it. Help, somebody, somebody, somebody! We're not gonna hurt you! Kill the demons! I'd prefer you if you didn't.
Hold it. This is as far as you go. We citizens of Olympus heard everything the revelation told us. Please let us through. Fo-fo! You people from Chaldea have been killing everyone in the Lost Belts, right? And now it's our turn. I have to say it's still hard to believe. I would have expected you to look more evil or something. I never would have guessed you'd actually look like a couple of cute girls. Were you just trying to get us to lower our guard? I haven't done any combat training in a long time. I've never wished Lord Ares were still with us more than I do right now. We may have done away with concepts like jobs, labor, and professions a long time ago.
We do still have soldiers, though. Oh, they can just manifest armor like any old heroic spirit. That doesn't... That's, that doesn't seem good. I may only be a reserve guard, but that's enough to let me don the armor of the gods.
Magical energy transformation?
I can't believe a normal human's able to output so much magical energy.
It's almost like a servant's master.
We need to distract them long enough to get away.
Right, I know. For this battle, I'll consider the soldier a single servant class hostile. Initiating Ortonax combat mode. Setting output to maximum levels.
A black shield, huh? So that's Chaldea's weapon of choice. Very well then. Let's see if your shield can withstand my divine steel, you heartless, merciless demons.
Mash Kirlight, preparing to engage in combat with hostile entity.
Rah! Oh boy, well, this could have gone better. So their guards are borderline servant tier, huh? Oh. Well, not the best outlook for us. I think this is a clear, not Clarinomia. Oh right, the Clarinomia are outdated, right? So they wouldn't have them. I guess this is probably from the Ambrosia. Alright, nice crits, Nero, nice. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty cool design. It's a shame they don't have heroic spirit that uses just like armor like this. Like it's meant to be like a, you know, advanced version of old armor, so like any heroic spirit probably wouldn't really make much sense for them to have it, but yeah, I'll just full combo Draco. Yeah, it's probably for the best, actually. Alright, we're gonna hit him with the 1-2 Nero bop bop. Alright, he has the Roman trait applied. Let's put this on. Get some extra damage. And then go hard. Honestly, should probably just straight kill here, my word. As in this turn, not this one attack. He should die this turn. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, maybe. We'll see. Maybe not. Ah, yes, crit. Nice. Oh, he didn't die. Oh, he didn't. Oh, he didn't die. Oh. Oh. That just a glitch, right? Right, Shirley?
Truly is strong.
And he said he was only a reserve guard who hasn't even trained in a long time. Yeah, so what about the upper echelon, you know, active duty guards?
He's not giving us a single chance to escape.
And then there's the sheer magical energy levels.
They're on par with the servant.
No, if anything, they're even higher. Master, the hostile is extremely powerful. He's easily several times stronger than the Atlantis border guards. His overall combat abilities are the same as the heroic spirit, maybe even higher. Sorry, Mash, just hang in there a little long. Stand back, Miss Curiolite? Reinforcements? Oh, Holmes! I thought you were sending Gordy along. I guess it was you.
I was afraid of this, based on what we know of the Atlantis border guards. I suspected the people of Olympus may each individually possess as much magical energy as a heroic spirit. I swear, as always, the predictions you most want to be wrong, they turn out to be spot on.
Fofo? Holmes, what are you doing here?
I remember how the director was shouting right before you two left.
That was because I had just suggested to him that I accompany you. So you've been following us in your spirit form all this time?
Indeed I have. I had hoped that once my suspicions proved groundless, I could return to the border and continue protecting Da Vinci, Captain, and the Director. But now that my suspicions have proved correct, it seems it's no longer an option.
I suppose not.
Baritsu!
Let's take him down together, Holmes. Please follow my lead.
Understood.
He blocked it! Now he's going to counterattack! But I should be able to defend, especially now that Holmes is backing me up. Can you?
I'm surprised at you. I never thought your attacks would be so soft. Maybe deep down you aren't really cut out for fighting.
Yeah, she's been told that a few times.
But you're still from proper human history.
And Chaldea to boot. So I'll start by cutting off your arms! That's a bit barbaric. I'll use the defensive mystic code.
Fo-fo! Holmes?
Baritsu can be employed for defense as well as offense.
At least this is a damn sight better than what happened in Scandinavia.
Yeah, no. At least you didn't lose a whole side of your body. Or it's just... yeah.
Miss Kirillite. Run for it. And don't look back. I'll find some way to hold him off.
So you care for your allies. So then how? How can you bring yourselves to destroy lost belts?
I could answer that if you wish. Or would there be any point in doing so? Would you put away your sword if I did?
No, I wouldn't. I've wasted enough time talking. I'm a soldier. All I need to do is tear that spirit origin of yours to shreds. Prepare to die, insolent heroic spirit without so much as a drop of divine blood. Holmes, get out of there!
Holmes! We will witness. Moving forward is the only option we have left. On a long and despondent journey like this, none of us can afford to look back. Mash Kirillite, Ritsuga. Keep running and don't look back.
Are you done prattling on now? Then die. Huh? Oh? Swordswoman's voice. Damn, you guys wasted no time kicking things into high gear. Couldn't you have been a little more elegant about it? This isn't how Musashi talks, I don't think. So I don't think it's Musashi. Or maybe it is, if we're recognizing her. This is the most prosperous of all the lost belts. A city-state ruled by real, genuine gods, right?
So don't you think you should be a little more dignified in how you go about bearing your fangs?
Oh, it is, okay. I didn't think she would show up yet. Who are you?
Haha, you wish to know who I am? Soldier from the realm of gods.
I'm a wanderer who crosses between worlds. I let the wind take me where it wished, and now in my death I have become a servant. If you want to know more about who I am, then I'll gladly tell you. I'm a saber who's sworn loyalty to that master there. I'm the sword fighter who's going to cut you down with 2 drawn blades, 2 hidden blades, and 1 secret blade. Isn't hidden and secret the... okay. So, alright. With my Niten Ichiryu, I have achieved mastery over the void. My true name is Shinmen Musashi no Kami Fujiwara no Harunobu. Call me Miyamoto Musashi. He's like a... who? That was just too cool, even for me. Alright, Musashi. Yeah, you're very badass and cool and awesome and hot and sexy, but we ain't got time for your shenanigans. I can't believe this. She's making a fool of this entire operation. Shaking my head. Well, good thing we have a Uber servant now. She will, probably handle these guards, or a singular guard, soldier, pretty easily. Probably. Probably. Alright, Mashu, you go in the rear-oo. I need my snake woman. Yeah, let's do this. Ooh, nice crit. Getting some lucky crits with this guy. Both these last 2 fights. Vow to the great god, defense and attack up. Alright. Well, I vow to put my fist in your face. How about that? Crit? Nah, I didn't think so. At 10%, I really didn't think so. But hey, you can always ask, right? Maybe the game will be like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Oh? Avoid buff? Question mark? Noise. Really is a pretty cool design for just like random fodder enemies. They went pretty dang hard. He's not gonna die. What was Musashi's overcharge again? I should have looked. It's been a long time since I used her. Hopefully it's something damage related that will kill him before MP strength up, okay. And her MP's level 5. We maybe? Maybe? Oh. Sort of fun. Oh! Goddamn noble phantasm. Pretty much. Alright. You got it, Ibuki. Snake beats Olympian. Oh, sorry, buddy. You just wouldn't get out of our way, you know, and not our fault. But you're so weak. Fruits of eternity, eh? I'm losing? How? They're just ordinary human heroic spirits. Too bad, he outclasses me in sheer ability and training, but he knows absolutely nothing about real combat. Forgive me. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna be on the shit list even more than we already were, having killed an Olympian. Well done. I mean it. Will you tell me your names again, Chaldeans?
Miyamoto Musashi of Niten Ichiryu. Mash Kiryolite, demi-servant.
Ritsuka. Holmes. Musashi. Mash. Ritsuka. Olympus will never let you escape with your lives. We will kill you. On that, you have my word. Yeah, how'd that go for you, buddy? I do feel kind of bad. Again, and like I mean, pretty much like every other Lost Belt, they're just trying to keep themselves alive. Like, they don't want their world and lives to end. So again, it's hard to blame them, especially these people who all of them know what's up. They like some of them like were told and, you know, got to fight against us in other Lost Belts, but they still weren't 1,000,000% sure on everything that was happening. They were just like, okay. But here it's like, There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? We are firmly the enemy in their minds.
Buffalo. Enemy hostile completely silenced. The battle is over.
You're lucky no more soldiers showed up when we were fighting him. By the way, like, I don't know, he kept us here for a good few minutes. I would imagine, like, I don't know how backup never arrived for him.
I wasn't planning to take his life directly.
I'm sure you weren't. That's why I did it. There a problem with that, Ritsuka?
No, well, yes, but it's okay.
Good, now do you know what we need to do next?
I mean, they're all gonna die anyway, Ritsuka. Like, get away from here as fast as we can, right?
Very good. Remember, you're in the heart of enemy territory now, so get used to making calls like that. I'm sorry.
Aw. Anyway, I'm so glad you're all okay.
Did I manage to make it in time for the start of the adventure?
Sure did. Thanks for showing up to save us.
You bet. Whenever Callie is in danger, I'll be there to help. I still have to pay you guys back for letting me stay there after all. Anyway, I know we have a lot to catch up on, but right now we should focus on getting out of here. Like I said, this is the heart of enemy territory, so we don't want to stick around. You know the way out of town, Mash?
Yes, I do. I'll secure an escape route right now.
Great. I knew you had a keen eye for this stuff. How about you, Mr. Detective? Can you stand? I can. It would seem the bleeding has stopped as well. Thank you, Miss Miyamoto. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. It would also seem you're more right than you know. Take a look.
Huh? We should leave. Now.
Oh! Multiple Olympian soldiers spotted. Master.
Mash, we need a new route. Now.
Right, but I'm afraid all 3 major roads have been blockaded.
Then we can take the back alleys. They're nice and twisty, perfect for making a getaway.
That would seem to make more sense than moving about in the open. But wouldn't our enemy be more familiar with the lay of the land than us?
True, that's why we'll just have to trust our luck when it comes to whether or not we'll run into anyone. Oh, luck, huh? Okay. I'm sure we'll be fine. If we do, we'll just have to we'll just have to cut them down and keep moving. Okay, let's go. No way this goes horribly wrong whatsoever, right? Oh boy. We're kind of up Shit's Creek without a paddle. You know, I will say though, I'm honestly kind of glad Lilum Harlot wasn't this week, because last night I used 12 Saint Chords on one last little Hail Mary to try to get Summer Kama. So I could have used, the extra week to regather some Saint Quartz is nice. I think I still would have hit 3 10 pulls by Tiamat's banner anyway, even with that, but now I guarantee it. So that's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, I'll Noble Phantasm you, why not? Let's do it. Yeah, she'll only probably do like What'd she do last time? 85? Against the last guy? Yeah, I'll probably need the full combo. Okay, good. And this, yeah, a little bit of damage on the Annihilator. Okay, perfect. No high buffs. Frick you, Annihilator. Doo-doo head. I can't even use the buffs because it will. Oh my god. Okay, no Roman straight buff, I guess. Nerfing my damage. So fucked up. Like, let me damage you. Why must you be so cruel, Mr. Annihilation of the large-scale variety? That's not good. Did I? Yeah. You said they get it low enough, but no, definitely did not. Alright. No. Like this. You know what? I probably could have used the Mystic Code full team attack buff to get rid of the nullify buff on all three of them. And then I could have used the Roman trait. Use the skills to get the Roman. Damn it. Get the special attack damage. Well. Alright, did we lose them? Ew, this is rough. I swear, is everyone in Olympus as strong as a heroic spirit? Because it sure feels like it. I'm not detecting any magical energy readings nearby. I think we managed to lose them for the time being. I'll use a talisman to put up a concealment bounded field. It's not much, but it should give you a moment to breathe. Unless they can sense the bounded field and just be like, yeah, no. You did great, Master. You just ran the equivalent of a 1,500-meter dash at full speed. You should use this chance to take some deep breaths and replenish your oxygen levels. Would it help to sit down? I'm okay, thanks. Don't forget to rest up yourself, Mash. Yeah, we've got lungs and calves of steel at this point. Honestly, when human history gets restored, Ritsuka should become like an Olympic sprinter. Or a marathon runner. Like, I think they would do pretty well at that. Hey, Blaze Reaper. I won't, thank you, Master. Fo? Alright, thank you, Fo. That's very considerate. I guess it wasn't just the first Olympian soldier who turned out to be incredibly strong. Yeah, no, it's all of them. No, it wasn't. These people have all been powered up to an unheard of degree. It feels like humans were brought up to heroic spirit level while still somehow remaining human. And they're not just physically strong, their mental toughness is off the charts too. They didn't even bat an eye at losing an arm. Yes, well, you can understand why they might be so fired up. As they say nowadays, they're fighting for the world, just as much as we are for ours. Enjoying LB5 Part 2? I mean, I just started it, so it's hard to say this early, but it's not what I was expecting, I guess. Like, I wasn't expecting them to be so zealous about the gods, but it seems they're less I wasn't even saying it was bad. I'm just saying it's not what I was expecting out of it so far. But yeah, I guess the gods here, Zeus especially, doesn't go around stealing people's wives and boning them. Or maybe he does and they like it. You know what? We won't worry about that. They're fighting for their world just as much as we are for ours. No doubt they have their own loved ones they wish to protect here. It's little wonder they would put up such a tremendous fight. Yeah, no. Like I said, I can't blame them. There was always a chance that we would need to fight our way through the local populace in previous lost belts. Now it would seem that possibility has become reality. I mean, we had to do that at the end of Russia already, but you know. Meaning every person in this lost belt. That is, everyone who lives here in Olympus should now be considered our enemy. No, that's probably it. Yeah, that's why I said that he must not be like that here, or if he is, then they must not care. Well, cursed mental image to be cucked by Zeus was the greatest moment of my life. Yeah, you never know. Never know. That is, everyone who lives here in Olympus should now be considered our enemy. Everyone in this lost belt. Zeus's revelation was extremely effective. From now on, we should consider the entire city to be on the lookout for us. Suffice to say, the Olympians are simultaneously innocents who depend on the tree of emptiness for their survival, and vicious enemies who will take any chance they can to end us. Yeah. Which is exactly why we need to hold our heads high. Oh. Not we need to beat them or we need to be strong, but we need to hold our heads high, huh? She really does have her head screwed on straight. I didn't even have to break out a pep talk. Yeah, no, we've grown. I guess they've both seen a whole lot of worlds in the time between Russia and here. Yeah. Alright, this really isn't the time to let our guard down and relax, is it? Besides, we don't know if these people can still hear us through the bounded field or not. They can't. Strong as they may be, the Olympian soldiers are still limited by their human perception capabilities. Are you sure about that? Like, are you absolutely positively sure about that? Like, truly 1,000,000%? The defensive systems do seem able to sense magical energy. But given the sheer amount found in the atmosphere, the addition of a few servants shouldn't draw any notice. So as long as we don't have, say, a divine spirit class servant among our ranks, or they don't try to find us with something similar to a god's own eyes, we should be safe for... You were saying, Holmes?
Mr. Holmes?
As I was saying, something similar to a god's own eyes could be able to detect the bounded field itself. A god in this case, referring to any being that surpasses our common understanding of magecraft and heroic spirits. In other words... Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So, in other words, to a god or a being roughly on par with one, we would appear to be totally out in the open. Yeah, we should have expected that. Like, they wouldn't just leave the hunting to just their soldiers against, you know, people as supposedly dangerous as us. Yeah, it's understandable. An enormous magical energy reading is headed our way. 30 meters, 2010.
It's coming from the other side of the alley.
It was humanoid. Hi. It was definitely shaped like a human, but it was much too big to be one. It resembled nothing so much as a giant. Howdy doody. The sound of metal scraping together pierced the air. Intruders detected. Initiating elimination. It was a bronze giant.
What's
I don't know how we're gonna fight that. You know, maybe sacrifices have to be made? Maybe, Holmes will have to stay behind? You know, he was down for it before. Maybe, leave Holmes behind 2 electric boogaloo? You know? Nah, we couldn't do that. That would be rather cruel, I guess. I suppose. But anyway, I think I'll leave it on that cliffhanger, actually. But yeah, so made it to Olympus, and now everybody hates us. At least they didn't put out that notice, but you know, as we right after we landed. You know, at least it took them a bit to realize that we made it onto here. So we at least got some information, although very sparse amounts. But yeah. I have to... I'm still stuck on the whole Europa assimilated with Hera thing. They'll probably go into that, right? Probably. But it did seem like... It was mostly Europa who was... Because they even call her Europa. Whereas you'd think the goddess would be the dominant personality. But seemingly not. Which is interesting. I could see Hera just not being happy. Like, maybe she was forced to assimilate with Europa. Because maybe during the Machia, she got, like, damaged. And so she had to, like, assimilate with Europa to survive, but due to, you know, having to assimilate with, because Europa was Zeus's lover in actual history, if I remember right, or one of his lovers. Maybe her humiliation at being assimilated with someone who Zeus cheated on her with made her just let Europa be in full control of everything, because she just couldn't stand to be a part of her. I don't know. Well, they'll probably go into it though. Probably, or probably not, who knows. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, still sucks that the Little Harlot was delayed, but man, like I said, it actually kind of works out for me because I can build up more Saint Quartz. I just hope the the Tiamat banner is kind to me. It wasn't back at New Year's during her New Year's banner, but this time will be different, surely. It'll surely be different. Europa's just damn, so they just spoiled. So they just spoiled her appearance? Because she wasn't ever mentioned at all during Atlantis, right? So are people just like, like when she came out with Atlantis, people were just like, what? We assume she was thrown into the gacha early to cover for Odysseus' incomplete ass. I can see that. Because, yeah, don't they always try to have at least 3 servants, new servants, release every chapter? Like, same with events. So it would have been, what, her, Super Orion, and Mandra... No, not Mandra... Well, I guess Magikardo would count. Right? Unless I'm forgetting... I might be forgetting somebody. I think those were the only 3 new ones, right? Well, I guess Europa didn't get shown in. Yeah, okay. And then I guess, was Odysseus launched with Olympus? Then that would make sense. Or... maybe? Maybe not? Maybe not. I don't know. Odie was recently... Oh, okay. White Day. Alright. Well, anyway, like I said, I'm gonna leave it there. I guess we continue this Wednesday. Because tomorrow I have to do something like the early afternoon, so I guess you're gonna do the member stream tomorrow, and then I'll have to take off, so I won't have time to do a full normal stream. But yeah, so we'll pick this up Wednesday and see what stunt we're gonna have to pull to get away from the bronze giant. Which I don't know how we're gonna pull it off. I guess we should have to straight up destroy it, but I can't imagine something that huge being introduced and then us beating it on the first battle with it. That just seems unlikely. But hey, who knows? Maybe we do. And now devs are traumatized and shove that white horse down our throat every occasion. Yeah, it was totally his Noble Phantasm that wasn't ready, right? His Noble Phantasm animation. They're like, we're working on it! Because, yeah, there was a lot of moving bits to his, Noble Phantasm. I, feel bad for the animation team that had to... Well, not really. Not feel bad, because, you know, they signed up for it, but... Yeah, had it rough. Or not. I guess if they had the leeway to be late with it. Actually, we don't even know if it was late necessarily. Like, it makes sense if it was late, and that's why they had to throw Europe in, but... Nah, no, it had to have been late. Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm saying. Of course it was late. There's no way they would just have Odysseus in the chapter and not intend for him to be a part of it. As actual unit. But you never know, because Muramasa back in Shimusa, so... And he wasn't added for a few years, who knows? Who knows, but... Yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm gonna quit prattling on. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I will... Who knows, half of the trick to beating him was that he didn't have a Trojan Warren horse. True. Now I'm imagining that him using his Noble Phantasm, being like, where'd this horse come from? Like, huh? Weird. Nah. I don't know. Maybe they just wouldn't have given him one, and he would have just had the extra attack for his charge up. You know, his charge gauge instead of a noble. I don't know. Hard to say, seeing as how it didn't happen, but anyway, sorry. Yeah, like I said, no. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll catch you all Wednesday for the continuation of Olympus's welcome reception. Peace.